Hello and welcome. You're watching Don Bosco Media Network. This is Abigail Carmelim bringing to you the Salesian news across the globe. Salesian commitment to the protection, promotion and development of indigenous peoples has always included the care of their traditional cultures and idioms. It is with this in mind that the important steps taken by the Universidad Mesoamericana of Guatemala, part of the network of Salesian institutions of higher education for the promotion of the study, understanding and enhancement of the pre-Hispanic past, steps that have recently led to the publication of a fundamental grammar kayak. Since 2002, the Universidad Mesoamericana has started a collection of books on the history of Mesoamerica. The first was realized in 2005 with the support of several culturally loving personalities from Central America and Mexico who work hard to carry out an accurate political, linguistic, scientific, economic, urban and ideological religious research that then found synthesis in the book Mesoamerica. This publication was followed by 6 other books covering topics such as Mesoamerican Chronicles, Mesoamerican Cosmovision, Mesoamerican Cities, Codex of Madrid and Popol Vuh. This year, the Tuwe Wafundi Craft School, animated by Salesians, welcomed 21 girls out of 151 pupils who asked to learn a trade traditionally reserved for males: mason, carpenter, mechanic and welder. At the Don Bosco Center, there are also other women, 2 teachers, 2 social workers, 3 trainees, a cook and about a dozen Salesian co-workers make regular visits there. There are therefore a large number of women who increasingly and rightly intend to celebrate their being women and the contribution they as such can make into every area of social life. Salesians in this sense do nothing but encourage them in this part of awareness and recognition. For the students of the Tuwe Wafundi, the intervention of Mrs. Marie Claire was really enlightening. Starting from her personal experiences, she told us that to live and be a leading woman, we need to have some principles, some rules that we give ourselves, testified the young Irene Nabintu, an apprentice of automotive mechanics. They are: avoid living always waiting for help from others, begging help. Always asking boyfriends or friends for help is a weakness because equality requires us to work hard and therefore show that we are capable and that we can do it ourselves if we really want to. Love one's job. If someone really loves his vocation, his work, he will succeed even if the wind blows the other way around. Pray to God because it is He who consoles and gives confidence on the journey of work. Do everything on schedule and don't always envy what you don't have. The issue of street children and young people is nothing new to Haiti. Already in 1988, a Salesian work was started especially dedicated to them with a structured program to try to recover humanly and socially the most marginalized minors. Today, that project takes the name of Lucky Don Bosco and includes a redemption part divided into 3 stages. La Goupe Street in French is the first step, the one that involves the reapproachment and the creation of a relationship of trust between the Salesian or the social worker and the child. The second step is Waker Courtyard in Creole and consists in the reception of the child in a first reception space and possibly the insertion in a school or professional part. The third stage, on the other hand, is Maison, house in French, and involves taking care of the child for 2 or 3 years at the family home Foyer Laquais. During this period, the community works for its socio-family reintegration, directing it to an internal vocational school also attended by young people who do not live at the facility, which offers courses in electrical engineering, cutting and sewing, refrigeration, aesthetics and carpentry. Two students from the Salesianity Institute in Asuncion graduated in 2020. Valentina Dias and Ruben Robadin took first place at the National Youth Prize of Sciences, Prix et Marie Curie 2020. The winners presented the project Mass Detector Program with instant alert to access to places of community circulation with the tutoring of Professor Esteban Duarte. The project consists of an artificial program that analyzes people's faces when they enter a public place by issuing a warning if they do not have masks. Young people receive a comprehensive scholarship for the language French, laptops, encyclopedias, and a microscope for the institute. The National Youth Science Award is organized by the National Council of Science and Technology, the Ministry of Education and Science, the French Embassy in Paraguay, and the French. On April 10, at the Salesian House, San Domenico Savio, the celebration of the priestly ordination of the Salesian Andrea Domenico Palma, presided over by Monsignor Rosario Gizana, Bishop of Piazza Armerina, in the presence of Don Giovanni de Andrea, Superior of the Salesian Province of Sicily, ISI. Quajok's Don Bosco Child Care Center is a Salesian work in the fullest sense. Home, school, church and courtyard, where every child who arrives there learns the value of life in the style of Don Bosco. Its program, which take place in the afternoon from Monday to Saturday, are attended by 45 to 60 young people from various parts of the country. The center has a set of rules to observe its proper functioning, drawn up by young people themselves. The center staff visit the families of children living with families to follow their progress and support them with food donation. The center carries out various activities including medical care for young people and the cultivation of a small vegetable garden. Since some of the children are orphans and have nowhere to go and others are many away from school, support is also being seeking to build simple housing to accommodate them. On April 17, on the occasion of the 50th anniversary of the Salesian Missionary Prosecutor's Office in Madrid, Missiones Salesianes, the Solidarity Day of the Salesian family was celebrated. Due to the pandemic, the celebration was postponed from last year and took place online, broadcast live on the YouTube channel of Missiones Salesianes. The event was attended by musician Tono Casado and magician Juan Luke, and videos of greetings from 50 Salesian missionaries from various parts of the world were broadcast, including Salesian Cardinal Cristobal Lopez, Archbishop of Rabat. Then there was a game based on Salesian news and a competition of photographs on social networks with the hashtag Contigo en la Mission. Finally came the video message of the Rector Major Don Daniel Fernandez Artime, who underlined, "It is 50 years of magnificent work on various continents. I have seen life and gestures on these continents thanks to the solidarity and work of Missiones Salesianes. Ultimately, it was a family celebration and even laying of the first stones of the next 50 years of mission, to always in communion." The team of Salesian Missions of Mexico, young people from the MGS and the Salesian volunteer who are encouraged by Virginia Ceron, Inspectorial Delegate of OSAMB, Social Works and Missionary Animation, conducted for the first time a great initiative to prepare for the Easter 2021 through 5 master conferences dictated in virtual sessions by various Salesians, were accompanied by spaces with Salesian pastoral animation and reflection in faith, which was open to young and adults, to members of the MIJS from the Salesian family and the faithful in general, especially those who attend the Salesian works of the Inspectorate of South Mexico. The conference is called together as Knowing Jesus, focus on deepening the participants' relationship with the person of Christ. The parish sanctuary in Senhora de Fatima de Porto Velho, Rondônia, created a memorial for the victims of COVID-19 in Brazil, placing 27 white crosses in front of the church, representing the 27 federative units of the country. The parish sanctuary, which integrates the Salesian presence in Porto Velho, has as parish priest Father Sergio Lucio. The memorial refers to the more than 320,000 victims of COVID-19 in Brazil and marked the Friday of Passion in the parish, when the community dedicated a day of prayer for those who died because of the disease and for the bereaved family members. In an interview for local TV on Friday of the Passion, Father Sergio Lucio explained the meaning of the initiative. Today, we want to make this day a day of prayer to the more than 320,000 victims of COVID-19 only here in Brazil, represented here by this memorial in front of our church in Senhora de Fatima, our sanctuary. Today, our church dedicates a day of prayer for the eternal rest of those who have died and for the consolation of their loved ones, and for there may be more vaccines for the Brazilian people, so that with God's grace we can to overcome this moment of health calamity and have vaccine, health and normality in Brazil. We have to reject denialism. We have to put our feet on the ground and know that we are facing a health calamity, and that finally all of us are public authorities, policies, the citizen, the worker, the families, the church, we all have to unite. Salesian directors advance alongside the Inspectorate Council in the accompanying life in time of pandemic on the 9th April in online fashion. The fourth meeting of directors of course 2020 to 2021 was held that met members of the Inspectorate Council with the Salesians who lead the various Salesian presences. One of the main elements of this session was a training focus on accompanying life in time of pandemic by Beatriz Ariscurinaga, psychotherapist of the Medical Psychological Center of the Spanish Conference of Religious CONFER. So viewers, with that we have come to the end of today's edition. See you again tomorrow at the same time and in the same channel. Thank you for joining us.